let me ask you something. Is your business playbook stuck in the past? In the next few minutes, we're going to tear down the old, failing models of entrepreneurship and give you a brand new framework for building a company that can actually last. So, let's get into it. Here's the game plan for this explainer. First, we're going to expose the outdated model that so many people are stuck in. Then, we'll walk through the crucial mindset and identity shifts you have to make. After that, it's all about the actionable habits of high performers. And we'll wrap it up by showing you how to stack your successes for some serious momentum. All right, let's just rip the Band-Aid off and start with the hard truth. We're about to look at the huge, fundamental flaw in how most businesses are built and why, honestly, it sets them up to fail right from day one. Entrepreneur Alfredo Soares does not pull any punches with this one. I mean, wow. 90% of those watching are doomed to fail. It's a shocking claim, right? But it's meant to wake you up, because the pace of business has changed so dramatically that using yesterday's logic is a guaranteed path to becoming irrelevant. So here's the core of the problem. Ask yourself, is your business just a collection of good ideas? You know, hey, let's sponsor this event, or let's launch this new product, or run that campaign. That is not a strategy. Real strategy is deciding on your destination first and then making sure every single thing you do, every action, is laser-focused on getting you there. Okay, think about it like this. Would you ever hop on a superbike, an 1100cc monster, and try to blast it up to 300 kilometers an hour without ever having ridden before? Of course not. The risk is insane, it's obvious. So why do so many entrepreneurs try to run a complex, high-speed business without any of the right preparation? It's the exact same principle. So, if that's the problem, how do we fix it? Well, it all starts with a huge shift in your mindset. This is the first piece of the solution. You've got to focus on preparation over pure willpower. It's not about working harder, not at all. It's about preparing smarter. This right here, this is the mindset of an Olympic athlete. Think about it. They train for 4 years, grinding day in and day out, all for a race that might last 10 seconds. The victory, that gold medal, it's just the result of relentless, obsessive preparation. In business, it's no different. Success isn't about having willpower on the big day. It's about all the deep prep work you did when no one was watching. And you know what? In today's world, there is literally no excuse for being unprepared. Artificial intelligence is your ultimate preparation tool. It's not here to make decisions for you, but it's absolutely here to make your decisions better. Think of it as your personal antidote to making dumb, uninformed choices. It gives you the power to access and understand a world of information in an instant. Now, here's where this gets really cool and super practical. Imagine building your own virtual council of mentors. You can pick anyone, the greatest minds in history, Steve Jobs, Churchill, whoever inspires you. You feed their books, their speeches, their philosophies into an AI. Then, when you're stuck on a big decision, you can literally ask, based on his principles, what would Churchill do right now? You get their wisdom on demand. How amazing is that? Okay, so once you've got that mindset of preparation locked in, the next big evolution is about your identity. To really scale your business, you have to consciously shift from being the founder who does all the stuff to the leader who guides everything. It's a huge change. And this slide hits hard. You need to ask yourself this question right now and be honest. Are you the visionary architect of your business, or are you just its hardest working employee? The answer isn't in your title. It's revealed by how you spend your most precious resource, your time. And this table, this lays out the journey perfectly. Look at this. The owner of a small business, they spend about 70% of their time stuck in daily operations, basically putting out fires. The leader of a medium-sized company shifts to spending 70% on building processes. But the leader of a truly large, scalable company, they spend 70% of their time on people, on culture, on vision, on building the future. Your revenue doesn't define how big your company is. Your role as a leader does. So we've covered who you need to be. Now let's get into what you actually need to do. We're talking about 3 non-negotiable habits of really, truly successful leaders. So here they are, the 3 habits of high performers. Get direct, unfiltered feedback from your customers. Seek out wisdom from way outside your industry bubble. And surround yourself with people who will tell you the hard truth, not just what you want to hear. These aren't just nice ideas. They're the core practices that separate the good from the great. Let's break them down. First up, your best strategies will never, ever come from a brainstorming session in some sterile conference room. They come from the front lines. Leaders like Fred Trujillo of Magazine Luiza spend hours every single week just talking to sellers and customers. Why? Because that's where the truth is. That's where reality lives. This brings us to that second habit. You have to stop looking for answers inside your own industry echo chamber. I mean, think about it. If you want to learn about customer experience, who are you going to ask? Another person in your industry who does the same thing as you? Or a world-class restaurant owner who has to deliver a perfect experience every single night or they go out of business? The most creative solutions come from mashing up ideas from totally different fields. And finally, that third habit, you need unbiased, unfiltered feedback. Look at Churchill. During World War II, he knew that information gets twisted and polished as it goes up the chain of command. So you know what he did? He created an independent committee to bring him the raw truth, straight from the field. You need that same structure in your life, a group of advisors who are not afraid to challenge you. Still not convinced that's valuable? Check this out. This is a real-world example. A single piece of advice from one advisor saved a company 5 million Brazilian reals. We're talking over $1 million on one single construction project. You see, you're not paying for an advisor's time, you're investing in their output, and the return on that investment can be absolutely astronomical. All right, let's bring this all home. We're going to tie everything together with our final concept, stacking success. We'll look at it through marketing, but trust me, this principle applies to every single part of building a resilient business. The new rule of marketing has nothing to do with your budget. It's all about leverage. Here's what I mean. Don't just record a podcast. Record a podcast, then chop it up into 6 short videos for social media, pull out 3 great quote graphics, and write a whole blog post from the transcript. The goal is to make every single investment, whether it's time or money, work 10 times harder for you. And that leads us to this powerful idea, stacking success. So many businesses find something that really works, and then, for some crazy reason, they stop doing it to go chase the next shiny object. The key is to keep doing what's already working and then systematically add new successful layers on top. Don't replace what works, stack on top of it. And that leaves us with this final, crucial thought. It's time to stop searching for the one magic silver bullet. It doesn't exist. True resilience, true success, comes from a strategy of consistent, prepared, and relentless execution. Because at the end of the day, in business, 10 well-aimed bronze bullets will always beat a single silver one.